more insight, more understanding. This is Fox 23 News in Depth with Rick Maradon.
Despite school being out for the summer, it's been a busy month in the way of education news and our state superintendent. Tonight, we're looking in depth into 3 ongoing controversies. The most surprising one is that despite making a huge promise to try to put a plan in place for free school lunches for this coming school year, the State Board of Education, who would need to approve such a plan, is not set to vote on it tomorrow at their monthly meeting. It was a major announcement that eventually caused major angst for Oklahoma's school districts.
I'm excited to announce that Oklahoma will be the first state in the nation to require education funds to go from administrator and bureaucrats' pockets to school lunches.
State Superintendent Ryan Walters announced earlier this month schools are secretly sitting on stacks of cash that could easily pay for free lunches in every district for the coming school year. Money Walters says is being used right now to prop up bloated administrative costs. Acclaimed school districts across the state, including Broken Arrow Public Schools, specifically mentioned by Walters, quickly pushed back on, saying all of the money they have is heavily regulated by state law as to what can go where.
I don't think you'll find a single person that thinks kids shouldn't get fed. We're all in favor of that, but finding a way to do that. We're also a little bit confused about just the misinformation, because again, school districts, we're highly accountable, we are highly regulated, and we're very transparent for Broken Arrow Public Schools.
State lawmakers like House Education Appropriations Committee Chairman Republican Dick Lowe says Walters' math didn't add up to him either.
There is not schools sitting on just piles of money that's been thrown out there. Now we have bond money. This voted by the patrons of the school district. There is also building repair money in there. There is so there's about 3 or 4 pots that have to be spent exactly for what that money's for.
Lowe also says Walters doesn't have the power to do this on his own.
It would have to come through as a emergency rule. That means it has to be on the agenda for the state school board, and they have to pass that.
If Walters was planning on moving forward on his school lunch plan, he would need to get the approval of the State Board of Education. But when their July agenda was posted for Thursday's meeting, the taking of action on the free lunch proposal was nowhere to be found. With August's board meeting being a full 2 weeks after most districts started back, the plan is not likely to be approved in time for the start of this coming school year. A spokesperson for the State Department of Education says Walters is expected to comment on the future of the plan Thursday, but no votes can be taken. When I spoke with Lowe on In Depth earlier this month, Lowe said some board members voiced concerns and opposition to the plan, saying the math wasn't adding up to them either.
I've actually had at least one state school board member call my office yesterday and ask and say, hey, thank you for stepping up and telling us about it, because we didn't understand it, and we kind of have a lot of concerns about this. And so, I really have my doubts that it would pass the State Board of Education.
This is the same State Board of Education that was revamped by Governor Kevin Stitt earlier this year. Stitt said the new members were put in to focus less on political stunts and more on reading and math. And we are told that even if the board approved of the plan, Stitt and the legislature are not inclined to quickly approve the free lunch proposal. And then just this week, the superintendent announced he was going to help an online non-woke private school get set up so families can use tax credits and vouchers to attend their classes. As Spencer Humphrey reports, however, there's a problem. The state of Arizona is in the process of cutting ties with that school, citing poor academic performance, despite millions of dollars going to the school's founder.
We're going to get back to the basics here in Oklahoma.
Another video from State Superintendent Ryan Walters Tuesday, in keeping with his usual tone.
We will continue to fight back against a woke liberal agenda in our schools.
Announcing his latest step in that apparent fight will be a new partnership between Oklahoma's public education department and a private online school.
So we're very proud to partner with American Virtual Academy.
A press release from Walters' office was light on any specifics of how this would even work, but it claims American Virtual Academy is working on getting approved for Oklahoma's Parental Choice Tax Credit Program, which gives families state tax dollars to send their kids to private schools.
They're about promoting patriotism, American values.
On its website, American Virtual Academy calls itself a conservative online private school based in Arizona. If you Google the school, it won't take long to find articles like this one saying American Virtual Academy also runs its own online charter school that's in trouble with the state of Arizona.
So right now, it's in litigation about whether they will shut them down or not.
Craig Harris is an investigative reporter for Phoenix NBC affiliate KPNX. He says plummeting test scores caught the attention of Arizona's charter school board.
The school got 3 consecutive letter grades of a D. Their academics on math and reading are what's among the worst in the state.
Last month, the Arizona Charter School Board unanimously voted to begin the process of shutting the school down, something Harris says was quite a statement.
The board is dominated by appointees from a conservative Republican, Doug Ducey, who is kind of the poster child, so to speak, for school choice.
Harris also reported in the lead up to the board's vote, the school promised its students $500 scholarships if they wrote essays about how the school has helped them succeed. The school's founder is this guy, Damian Kramer. Here he was sharing that Ryan Walters video on his X account Tuesday, where he describes himself as a school choice champion. Public records show Kramer is a frequent donor to mostly Republican political candidates who also happen to support so-called school choice efforts. Harris found Kramer commanded a quite hefty taxpayer-funded salary in his role leading American Virtual Academy's charter school.
That he paid himself $24 million at the same time his school was, during the same 6-year period where his school was starting to not do well and have poor grades.
He says Kramer also runs a nonprofit called Verano Learning Partners. In 2017, he says Verano partnered with another nonprofit and bought a private jet worth over $1 million, which they later sold. OSDE's Tuesday press release included a quote from Verano Learning Partners executive director saying, "We are thrilled to work with OSDE to provide Oklahoma parents with a pro-American patriotic education for their children." The press release also said that person is a corporate partner with American Virtual Academy. We had questions, and we gave American Virtual Academy a call. Hey, I got a question for you. Are you guys expanding to Oklahoma?
Yeah, we're expanding everywhere, yeah.
The person who answered claims not to know American Virtual Academy also runs that online charter school that's in hot water with the state of Arizona. Do they operate charter schools too?
I don't know. We're just a private school. I don't know anything about that.
He told us he'd have one of the school's spokespeople call us back to answer all our questions. Nobody ever did. Another person with questions is State Representative Melissa Provenzano.
Why is the State Superintendent of Public Instruction involving himself in a private school operation or partnership?
Leaving her to see this as nothing more than a political stunt by a man she says is just using his state platform to make unenforceable promises in an effort to promote himself.
I think it's an attention grabber. I feel like he has a set of keywords that he needs to work into any press release. His handlers have told us generally that sort of language is what lays on top of something that it is not what it seems. So we will see.
Spencer Humphrey reporting there. Yesterday, Superintendent Walters asked the Oklahoma State Supreme Court to lift a ban, the temporary ban on him using state funds to buy Bibles for Oklahoma classrooms. As part of a lawsuit filed by Americans United for separation of church and state, the state Supreme Court temporarily barred Walters from using state funds to buy Bibles while the plan is being litigated in court. I had the superintendent on this very program who was adamant about getting Bibles into the classroom by this coming fall.
We want all the documents there. And so the Bible that we picked out there said it's got the Declaration of Independence, it's got the Constitution, it's got the Bible. So that was our easiest path to get those all in the classroom. But look, we'll explore all options.
As a workaround, Walters went on Fox Cable News, no relation here to us, and other programs and asked Americans to donate to a fund set up by country music star Lee Greenwood to buy the God Bless the USA Bible, also known as Trump Bibles. We asked Walters when he was here how many Bibles have been donated, and he said he would provide an update closer to school starting. He also said on this very program he was now open to non-Trump Bibles if that's what got them into schools faster. However, with this court order in place, we do not know his plan to actually get Bibles in all Oklahoma classrooms yet, as promised.